and we are setting up and spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Neo Isles of Siren. We have the StarCraft 2 Terran player. Okay, rolling SC2. We have the South Korean Terran. He has been retired for a long time, for 5 years. It's been 5 years since he has competed in anything, but now he is here. Now he is... Oh. Un momento. Hello? Okay, we're back. But here he is. It has been years. Sorry, my keyboard just unplugged and everything just unplugged. We're good. We're good to go. But spawning in the bottom right corner, we do have our South Korean Terran player, the SC2 Terran. He's back after 5 years of retirement. It is Taeja. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Isles of Siren, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Pink Protoss. Representing among SC2 people, it is a prome. Oh boy, and this is gonna be a wild one as well. Oh boy. Could be failing hardware. Oh no, it just unplugged. Just unplugged. But here we go. We are getting to our next game. We're getting into our next series here, and welcome to an island map. And we'll see how well versed Taeja is as he's scouting and looking for his opponent. Interesting. Okay, so first things first, welcome to the Isles of Siren. We do have a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in top left, top right, bottom right, and bottom left as well. You can spawn in at either location. On top of that, you have your own island to yourself, and we're going for a 1-base all-in. Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I haven't seen 1-base all-ins on this map before. I don't know how fond I am of it, I'll be honest. Are we rushing into BC or rushing into Banshee? I mean, I guess Banshee with the add-on, so that would make the most sense. So, interesting opener here. Going for a Banshee rush, going for a delayed CC. Now, the reason why we don't often see 1-base all-ins is because you have an island to yourself. You know, welcome to the Isles of Siren. We have your main, your natural, you have your third, and you have your fourth base. You have 4 bases all to yourself, and you're cut off by these rivers here, by these rivers that do cut the map into quadrants. There's the center island as well, and yeah, as we mentioned, it is going to be a 1-1-1 into Cloak Banshee, so we're rushing into Cloak Banshee. We'll see how this pans out here. I mean, it's going to be interesting. So we have seen a lot of players succeed, not with rushing into Cloak Banshee, but SC2 Terrans to rush into what? Into 2-1-1s. Where's the strength line? The 2-1-1. A 2-1-1 is 2 Raxes, 1 Starport, 1 Factory, going into a 16 Marine stim timing. I mean, you can drop, right? Like, you don't have to go into Sky Terran or Sky Terran to be effective on this map. You can go for drop play. Like, drop play is very, very much so viable here on Neo Isles of Siren. But instead, rushing into Banshee is something that, I'll be honest, I haven't seen on this map before. I don't know how effective it's going to be. Obviously, one thing, we have Mass Scout, right? We have Triple Stargate. We're going into Mass Skytos here already from the side of Prome. So he will have anti-air, but what won't he have? Detection. You have to jump through a bunch of hoops here to get detection. So this does feel like a very anti-brutal Protoss build. Because without a robo and without an observatory, that is the only way to detect. So this Banshee can pop off. True. Like, there's 0 detection. Like, unlike, oh no! Oh, as the scout does pop out, yeah, we'll shut this down. Cloak is forced to be revealed a little bit early, a little bit prematurely, but again, there's no way to deal with this. In Brood War, for those that are curious, a robo opener to get detection, you don't just need a robo, you need an observatory. Like, there's extra tech structures to get into. Yeah, and there it is. The boys are going to be going down. How many? Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. The robo is still on the way. And again, it does feel like this build is designed to punish specifically Brutal Protoss. Behind this, Magful Accelerators going into mech. Okay, interesting. Shield battery is done. 5 probes, not bad. 5 probes, not bad. And 2 Banshees, they can one-shot workers. but because that Banshee was forced to cloak prematurely, it does also mean that it's about to run out. Yeah, cloak is about to run out, and despite that 11 probe kills. Ooh, we're stuck with a move. Yeah, 14 probes going to be going down, 15 probes. And that is critical damage. 15 workers, and yes, the natural base here of Taeja was late. It was a late base. It was a late expansion, but he makes up for it by killing an entire mineral line. Not bad. I'm still not entirely convinced by the mech transition, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Cyclones are going to be used defensively. They're going to be used to defend against the scouts. Speaking of, ooh, they do come across another Banshee. Another Banshee goes down, and we're still making more Banshees. And we're going into mass starport. Okay, let's go. Yo, Taeja's been cooking. We'll see how this all does come together here. With mass starport, we can go into mass Viking, of course. I think the hope for Taeja would be to lure the scouts within range of the Cyclones. Remember, the scout's anti-ground attack is not as strong as its anti-air. As he does find his opponent. Gonna be zoned away. Banshee moving back in. Do we have any cannons to defend? The answer is no. Uh-oh. There are some shield batteries, but none in the main. The Banshee does make its way in. As we dive on said scouts. I'm getting one so far. Getting two scouts. Nice pickup. Nice pickups. Mining is denied here in the main. Very nice damage here from Taeja. Gets 3 probes. Gets 4. 4 workers. 0 mining in the main base. Prome stuck on a 1 base economy. And Taeja's getting up to 3. So Taeja's just building up his economy, building up his forces. We have carrier production underway here from Prome. But he cannot afford extra carriers. Not like this. Yeah, cannot afford it. Meanwhile, more gas is on the way. And is going into as many Vikings as possible. Making 4 Vikings at a time. So he's building up his Viking count alongside Cyclones, at least defensively. Fusion cores on the way. Interesting. The plan might... I mean, we already have the tech labs. Are we going into BC? That would make the most sense here. BC's against Skytos. So it's something that you don't see in StarCraft 2, and this actually came up a couple of days ago when we were casting Estrella in his road to EWC, because he had a lot of late game, a lot of Skytos, and a lot of 40-minute games against Terran players, against Gumiho, against Ryung, and against Byan as well, and against Clem. But this has come up. BCs, they are actually really bad against Tempest specifically. Tempest do bonus damage to massive units, and Tempest and Skytos armies in StarCraft 2 can just bully like the BC. But here there is no Tempest, right? Like you don't have to worry about that. There's no Tempest. It's just carrier, and as a result, BCs are a lot more viable. I feel they're a lot more viable, specifically in StarCraft Evolution, more so than in StarCraft 2. So BCs can have a better time here. I would say from the side of Prome, going into mass carrier is not going to be ideal. He would have to go into carrier into probably an Arbiter Tribunal and head into Arbiter production to support his army. Arbiters, of course, they can stasis, they can cloak. So we'll see if we do head into Arbiters or if we head into High Templar. I mean, High Templar wouldn't really help too much here either. But we'll see like how we support this army outside of just purely Skytos. All right, how could I forget? Typically it would be either going carrier Arbiter, or you can even go carrier into Corsair, right? Corsairs, they also have a lot of utility when it comes to their anti-air and their anti-ground capabilities as well. So this is curious, like the Scout has really good anti-air as well, but the Scout is more of like a single target unit. Meanwhile, a Corsair does a lot of splash damage, a lot of AoE. On top of that, Corsair also has the Disruption Web ability, which is ideal against turrets and against Cyclones and against anything on the ground. Think of it like Blinding Cloud in StarCraft 2, right? Go. as we are building up. That is a sizable difference in harass. I mean, that's why we were emphasizing the amount of damage that the Banshees dealt at the start of the game. So even though Taeja had a worse economic start because of his delayed CC, it was worth it because of the Banshee. And as a result, Taeja does have a booming economy, right? Like, he has a booming economy, so he can afford this BC transition. Likewise, is expanding here towards another island. Doesn't have to worry about getting a medic to like drop an SCV or anything, and just float over. So Taeja looking solid. Looking very solid here. Yo, loving the skins on the BCs. Let's go. Meanwhile, Corsair production has begun, but again, Prome is one step behind. Like, Prome is still trying to secure his own economy. Taeja's on 4, soon to be on 5 bases. Prome is still only on 3, and a big reason for this is, remember, he lost a mineral line. He lost over 15 probes. Lost 22. Like, that has set Prome back quite a bit. As the observers, they do scout the mass BC, so he's switching from Corsair into Scout. As we mentioned, Corsair is more about splash damage. The Scout is more about specifically anti-air, like single targets. BCs move in. Yamato's not done. Yeah, Yamato's not ready. Force teleport away. He cannot fight head-on, not without Yamatos. My assumption would be that he have to go in with the BCs, pull off a bunch of Yamatos, and teleport the hell away. So more hit and run tactics here from Taeja. Now, the reason why you don't want Corsair against specifically mass BC is because Corsairs would be ideal if this was a mass Viking army. We have seen like mass Viking armies just crumble against like 8 Corsairs. Like it's crazy just how much damage they do, just because units are so prone to stacking. But because of the model size here of the BC and because of their HP, like they don't really take much splash damage. Like they take up so much more room that Corsairs, they tickle and they don't really do much to set BCs. Here we go, Yamato is done. Yamato pops up. And with that mash, Yamato, does target down the carries. 1, 2, 3, carries gonna be going down. And he commits. He does commit in. Does work his way through. Oh, has to kite back. We'll lose 2 BCs. Kites back towards those turrets. Yeah, turrets, they pop up. Taeja, he does take the fight here. I say that. He was able to take down, actually did lose 5 BCs in the process. Was able to take down 3 carriers, 3 scouts, and 2 Corsairs. Not the worst trade from Rome. Not the worst trade. Let's go. And again, he's just going mass scout. He's just going mass scout at this point. Like the carriers, they're more of like a supportive unit. It's all about the scouts. And the hope here is to burst down the BCs. Burst them down. Meanwhile, we have some Vikings in the mix as well. So we're going BC Viking against like Scout Corsair. Because they have a mix of Corsairs also on the way as well. Meanwhile, Taeja does take these ninja bases. He has expanded here to the other islands. Let's go. Well, Vikings dead already. Yeah, as we mentioned, like we've seen like 200 supply Vikings die to like a handful of Corsairs. Like the like Corsairs, they hard kind of Vikings so hard. Does Yamato teleports away. 1 BC goes down. Oh my god! Again, you can see how much damage those scouts do. They killed 1 BC and got another BC to almost dead. In that BC here, in the amount of time it took to teleport. So the 1 BC barely survived. Scouts moving in. Can they one-shot? Ooh, they can 2-shot. Yeah, they can 2-shot BCs. Gets 1, gets another. Yamato's do punish. Okay, they do punish. And again, they target out as many BCs as they can. Get another 2. Oh, but he's running out of scouts. Yeah, he's running out of scouts. Yamato's popping up. It's still quite close. Very close. In the end, just 2 BCs remain. Scouts, can they move in? He's running out. Oh my god, barely gets 1 more. He gets 1 more BCs, runs out of scouts. The carriers are exposed. Yeah, they're on their own. And they can be hunted down. barely prome overextended. Losing another carrier. Nope. Does teleport in time. Taeja does teleport away. I feel like this is a misclick. I don't think that was the play. Teleports on the carrier. It wins the fight anyway. Yeah, it does win the fight. Will cost him a BC. Taeja, calm down. Aye. As it settles, that was 9 BCs going down, 17 Vikings for 5 carriers, 22 scouts. Did cost Prome a lot of scouts here. And again, the economy is still lackluster. He's still not even on 4-base saturation. So Prome can't really afford these losses, and it's going to come down to the economy here. On the one hand, they're trading back and forth, but Taeja, I mean, he's mass muling, he's got higher worker counts, he has a stronger economy here to work with, so he can afford these losses. That's what it comes down to at this point. Taeja can replace this, Prome cannot. Prome cannot replenish the army in time. Yo, the mule hammer, let's go. Speaking of, yeah, he's even just killing his own SCVs. I don't think it was necessary to kill his own SCVs, but sure, it's fine. Like, we're not maxed out. We still have saturation here, or the base is still empty. Scout does find top right. Oh, that's so many orbitals. Oh my god. Attempted mass mule. Now Taeja moving in. Does move in, does clean up a mineral line. Remember, he can always teleport away. And again, we're down to 0 carriers. We're down to 16 scouts. They can nibble away at the army. Gets 1 BC. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. And he gets another BC, down to 2. 2 battlecruisers left. Once again, it's going to be close. It's down to 3 scouts. So yeah, down to barely any scouts. The BCs that teleport away. A brutal trade. That base is going to go down. That's what matters here. We spoke about the economy, and now it's even worse. Wait, where did we teleport? Taeja, calm down. And it has a center expansion as well. Has a center base. Teleports back for mass repair. Jesus, so many mules. It's purely mule. Jesus. All the mules. All the orbitals specifically. Jesus. Does mule up the expansion. Meanwhile, Prome finds another base. Ducklings is mining. And again, he's just stuck on his island. He's just stuck on his island. Cannot get out. I was questioning the 1-1-1 opener here of Taeja early on, but again, specifically against Brutal Protoss, it did excel. Cripple the economy, got into mass BC from there. Yeah, GG. And GG gets called Prome. He's just starved out, and Taeja will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Very impressive game there from Taeja. Definitely, I was questioning the initial opener, but no, it was more than worth it here, especially just because detection is so limited and takes so long to get up and running here from the side of Protoss. We saw that, of course, Prome had no idea what was coming his way. His economy was crippled, and as we got into the mid-game as well, going into mass BC there was ideal. Eventually, it was scouted, and we saw Prome switch from carrier into mass scout, and he was able to trade 100%. He was able to even win some fights, but he couldn't really sustain those losses. He couldn't really... He at one point did end up stopping worker production, never expanded to another island either, and eventually ran out of money, ran out of steam. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be getting into game number 2, and we'll see how solid Taeja's Brood War Terran is as we head into that second game. Let's go. Let us go. Getting into game number 2. We go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Vermeer, we have the Brood War Terran player. We switch sides. Un momento. We have the Brutal Terran play. We have the Red Terran making his return to StarCraft to competitive play, at least in some form, at least in StarCraft Evolution, leading the series 1-0. It is Taeja. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the SE2 Protoss. It is prone. For among SE2 people. Here we go. As we are getting into game number 2. Okay. Just catching with the chat. Corsair and Taeja are really strong, not versus BC. Yeah, as we were mentioning, as we were trying to explain in that last game, Corsairs, they're amazing when it comes to the anti-air, but they're mainly in regards to splash damage and unit stacking as well. Against something like Mass BC, that's where the Mass Scout was more necessary. That's also why we saw Prome switch into Mass Scout instead. And again, he was holding his own. He was winning fights or even taking some decent trades, but alas, couldn't expand, right? Couldn't expand, couldn't make workers, couldn't maintain his economy. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2. We do see Prome going for the cross scout. Again, welcome to Vermeer. Vermeer is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in either corner of the map, and we are searching for each other. We are going to be searching. SCV moves out, and Prome, he will find Taeja eventually. We'll find him. And again, Taeja had a very unique build, and I think what I love the most out of what we just saw is even though this is the first time that Taeja is competing in a long time, clearly he's been laddering, right? Like the build that we saw on Neo Azov Siren, like compare this first game that we saw from Taeja on Neo Azov Siren, compare that to Spirit, or compare that to Geralt. Remember when they first played on those maps, they didn't even know it was an island. They had no idea. I still remember when Geralt first played against Spirit on Neo Azov Siren, he tried to like expand, or he tried to scout. His probe got trapped on his island. He was like, wait, what? And he was like, oh, like he didn't even know what was going on. We saw something similar out of Bjorn. True. Remember when Bjorn, when he played on Monty Hall for the first time, he also was really confused because he went for a 3-rack stim timing, and he ran into a wall of minerals, and he was like, wait, what? he was like, he was smudging, but he was smudging. Because they just were unfamiliar with the maps, is what I'm getting at. Meanwhile, Taeja, I mean, clearly has been playing. Clearly has been playing, has been competing. At least that's what we get out of what we saw in game 1. So that bodes well. It is exciting to see. Exciting to hear that he's like interested in StarCraft Evolution and he's enjoying it. Enjoying enough to ladder and enjoying enough to sign up and play. As one base all in. Jesus. Sorry, I was just kind of lost in our monologue there, but there we go. We have 3 gates and a 4th gateway. It's going to be a 1 base, 4 gate blink all in out of Prome. He's going to double down. Meanwhile, Taeja's scattered. He knows. Taeja, he knows what's going on. He throws out a wall of bunkers. We have tanks on the way. We have siege mode on the way. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to be ready in time? Because here come the stalkers. Here comes the all in. Oh, boys, after you pulled, they have to repair. Yeah, repair's a little bit late. Only 1 SCV is repairing. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from Taeja. And I believe the bunker should go down. It's going to be close. Yeah, the bunker up. Takes down a stalker. Okay. Barely holds on. Tank on the high ground. Ooh, meanwhile, there's a sentry. What does that mean? Hallucination. What does the hallucination entail? It means high ground vision. Yeah, he's going for the blink into the main. We can see Taeja's trying to get ready for that. We have a bunker on the way. Again, he knows what's coming. He's trying to get ready for it. But is it too late? Because here comes that hallucination. Here comes the blink, and the bunker is not done. Yeah, the bunker's not ready. Tank is exposed. Wait, can we actually blink in? Do we? We can blink here at least. Oh, is there room? Oh, we're about to find out. Ooh, do you see the denial of hallucination? Hallucination is denied. Bunker will complete. Oh, it does blink in. Yeah, it does fit, it does get behind. And again, this main base is just so huge. Yeah, it's so large. Tanks are repositioning. They're moving over. Yeah, Taeja's gonna get caught out. 1, 2, 3 tanks go down. Massive pickups. Yeah, with that, Prome has done it. Prome has done it. Takes down every single tank. One tank does not survive. Ay, ay, ay. There's just so much room in the main. Takes down all the Marines. The Wraith is going to be targeted as well. And with that, there's nothing left. There's nothing here. There's just boys. The boys are all that remains. All that remains is all that's left. Stalkers, they reinforce. They blink into the main. Yo, 1 base 4 gate blink all in. Yo, it's like we're back in Wings of Liberty. Ah, it's all old school. As this is not seen in current modern StarCraft 2. Like it's a rare sight. I say that it's seen in PvP. True. Like 1 base 4 gate blink all in is seen in PvP. Not wrong, but GG gets called, and with that, Prome he will overwhelm, and Prome ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We have a series, we have a back and forth. Again, Taeja, he was aware of what was vulnerable. He was trying to get ready. He had the bunker on the low ground, bunker on the high ground, tanks were in position as well. He was ready for it, but again, the main base here on Vermeer is just so huge that Stalkers, they can just bypass the bunker, they can bypass the tanks, they can skirt around the edge, head into the mineral line, and end the game. GG. GG, well played. With that, Prome does tie things up, and now we are going to the ace match. Let's go. Game 3 is going to be on Sylphid. Getting into Sylphid. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see who can make it through into the semifinals. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Sylphid, we have the StarCraft 2 Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran, the returning veteran after many years of hiatus, of retirement. He's back. They dragged him out of retirement. It is a Taeja. Let's go. And spawning in the top side of Sylphid, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing among SC2 people. It is a Prome. And welcome one and all to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. At Prome, he is scouting bottom left. He finds that Taeja is nowhere to be found and will rotate over towards the bottom right hand side instead. We'll eventually find him. As Taeja is walling up here at his main. Doesn't go for a CC first. Doesn't go for a more economic start, which we have seen a lot of here on Sylphid. A lot of the Terran players, Bjorn and Spirit included, have enjoyed faster CCs. From here, Prome will confirm. As we have a single gas opener, so rack expand, economic start here out of Taeja. Going for a faster CC. As Prome is being just as annoying as possible. Will delay. Does delay. Likewise, let's confirm the economic opener as well. Confirms that there's no faster factory, for example. Even delays the CC. Being so annoying with that probe. Oh! As the probe is one shot away from going down. Playing with fire. Oh my god. Can he kill the SCV? Yeah, waiting for the shields. Does zone away. Very nice delay here by Prome, just bullying back Taeja. Oh my god. Nice unit control. Behind this, going into Dragoon range. An upgrade that the SCC never got. Ay. Yes, Dragoon range is on the way. What's it called? There's certain upgrades that I just name what they are. It's like Singularity something, right? We'll find out. Once it shows up on the right. As from here, we're settling into our build. Nothing crazy. Just racks expand into factory. The shooty upgrade. There you go. There's some upgrades that are very like matter of fact. Like Zealot legs in Brood War is just called leg enhancements. It's like yeah, sure. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, as we're opening up 2-1-1. Okay, not something that I was expecting. As Reaper moves out. Again, second racks, third racks. Oh, 3-1-1. Okay. Going for a 3-1-1 setup. This looks like the beginning of a 2-base all-in. Big delay on the starport. Big delay on medevacs. Prioritization or big prioritization on bio upgrades, on stim. And there it is, singularity charge. Yeah, I knew it was singularity something. Does it matter? No, not really. I'm just curious. Singularity charge. Okay. As Dragoons, they will zone away. Behind this, yep, there's the add-on swap getting into stim, getting into combat shields. And behind this, we should be going for an eBay. Yep, going for the eBay, going for a +1. This is, I mean, Taeja, this is solid. This is a build that we see in SE2. One nice kiting here with the Dragoons. Going for the bunker. And again, he does outrange. Yeah, does outrange the bunker. The bunker is soon to go down. Then outside of this build, no tanks. Yeah, no defensive tanks. None whatsoever. Oh, Cyclone falls, and Prome can just bully. Yeah, he might just win. Unfortunately, like, there's a reason why we see this build in SE2, and it's a rare sight here as we just bully through. We just break through that defensive line. Bunker goes down, Marines go down, and there's nothing here. There's nothing here, there's nothing left. Welcome to StarCraft Evolution. Basically, the biggest downside of this build and this setup here that Taeja has is no tanks, right? Is no tank production here from the side of the Terran. Just purely Marine Marauder, and he just gets bullied by the Dragoons. As defense are falling. Typically, you see this with an earlier tech lab on the factory, and you do actually make tanks alongside this, in SC2, I should say. Is you do still make like 2 safety tanks against Blink Stalkers. And here against Dragoons, like, yeah, we boys are being pulled, Marauders are being focused down. Losing almost every single Marauder. Jesus. Just one survives. And with that, Taeja just has nothing to work with. Like, there's nothing left. GG gets called, and with that Prome, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 2-1, eliminating Taeja from the StarCraft Evolution League number 14. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played with that Prome. He will claim the series. And again, Taeja, he was able to showcase some really interesting builds. I mean, I'm still thinking about game 1. Like, game 1 was so interesting to me, and again, so really well thought out. Likewise, even in game 2, like, he knew what was happening. He saw what was coming his way. Just the map was working against him in regards to the defense against the 1-base 4-gate Blink all-in. Here in game 3, we saw, I would say, just Taeja being greedy. Even when it comes to this version of this build, even in StarCraft 2, you still do typically make some safety tanks alongside it. Typically, not always, to be fair. You can get away with Cyclone straight into bio as well. True, you can try to get away with that. But yeah, basically, we do see Taeja getting punished for skipping tanks. He did skip tanks intentionally so, and with that, he was just overwhelmed by the Dragoons. GG. And I hope to see more of Taeja, and I feel like we will. Like, again, I think something that I at least gleaned from this series is that even though this is Taeja's first time competing in StarCraft Evolution, he clearly has played StarCraft Evolution, and he does seem well practiced here as well. For those that don't know who Prome is a much more dedicated player to StarCraft Evolution. He's a regular and a multi-time Code A champion. He's a StarCraft Evolution Code A champion. So he was definitely a challenge here, or did pose a threat to Taeja. A really good challenge, I feel, as well, considering the level of Prome and what he entails. Again, like, Prome, he's like a multi-time like Code A champion. Has yet to win one of these StarCraft Evolution Leagues, but is still a strong player in his own right. I think I would place Prome around like top 5 Protoss, maybe top 4. Like, I think I would place Prome below Rebellion. I think I'd place him below Rebellion. Maybe around Lunacy. Like, it's hard to judge. Some of the green Protosses. But regardless, GG will play Prome. He will claim the series, and we have one quarterfinals match left. Let's go. Let us go.